Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode in Emily's Kitchen. Today we are making my favorite dessert of all time, which is brown butter chocolate chip cookies. And if you have not had brown butter chocolate chip cookies, let's just say they are literally the best kind of cookie. I feel like once you start using brown butter for them, it's impossible to go back. It just adds so much flavor to the cookie. And this recipe is just perfect for a nice, fluffy, soft, chewy, crispy on the outside chocolate chip cookie. That's the best I can explain it. It's just such a classic dessert and you can never go wrong with them. It's a pretty common recipe. Most chocolate chip cookie recipes are the same besides tweaking one or two things. Enough talking, let's just get right into making these delicious cookies. Okay, we need 3/4 cup of butter, which is a stick and a half. We're gonna start by browning our butter, and if you are like, Emily, I do not have the time to brown butter, that is fine. You can just use cold or room temperature butter. You do not have to brown it. Put it on medium heat, and it usually takes about 8 minutes to brown, I would say. Just keep on stirring. You do not want to really stop stirring because then you have the chance of it burning on the bottom. Okay, the bubbles are going to start turning into foam. And we're looking for a dark brown color and a nutty aroma is when you know that it's done. Okay, we're starting to get that deep brown color. It's about done. We now have brown butter. I'm gonna let this cool completely. I've learned that if you start mixing all your ingredients into it when it's still hot, it causes the cookies to be really flat, even if you refrigerate it. So I definitely recommend to cool it completely. I fasten up the process by just putting it in the fridge and stirring it every couple minutes. All right, I just took the butter out of the fridge after it's been there for about half an hour. All right, I'm now gonna measure out 3/4 cup of brown sugar, or 160 grams. I'm going to measure in grams just because it's a little bit more precise. 1/4 cup of white sugar, or 50 grams. Okay, we are now gonna just stir the sugar and brown butter together until nice and smooth. Vanilla bean paste, or you can just use vanilla extract, but I just find that the paste is a lot more flavorful. You can always just measure with your heart, or 2 teaspoons. Taking 1 egg, and then 1 egg yolk. Stir that together. All right. We're gonna just set that aside and make our dry mixture. Okay, we need flour. We're gonna use 1 cup and 3/4, or 210 grams. And we're gonna be using baking soda and baking powder. If you were to just use baking soda, you're gonna get a more flatter, crispier cookie. And if you're gonna use baking powder, you're gonna get more thicker, fluffy cookies. So I said both worlds and combine them. I also sometimes like adding cornstarch to my cookies to make it more fluffy, but I don't really want to do that this time. All right, so I just put a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to do half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I'm not going to add salt into it because I used salted butter. So I don't really need to add the extra salt, especially because I'm putting flaky salt on top of our flour mixture. I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time. Gradually mix in the flour. We don't want to overmix the dough. We're just gonna gently mix it until all the flour is incorporated. I don't like a whole lot of chocolate chips in my cookies because I want to be able to still taste the dough. Add about a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. If you like them more chocolatey, then you can do a cup and a half. All right, we have our delicious cookie dough, and now we're gonna roll them into balls and put them in the fridge. I like about medium size cookies, and this is a small cookie scoop, so I kind of just eyeball it with my hands. And I'm not gonna flatten the ball. I'm gonna make sure it has a little bit of lift to it, so we don't get super spread out cookies. Because the way you shape the dough definitely matters on the spread. If you like really fluffy sweet cookies, I definitely recommend trying doing all brown sugar because it literally just adds the softest, most fluffiest touch to a cookie. I kind of go back and forth between doing some white sugar and all brown sugar. Definitely try it. The cookies are all placed in balls onto my plate. I'm gonna cover these and put them in the fridge for at least an hour. It just gets better and better the longer you keep them in the fridge. So I'm honestly gonna only cook the amount that I'm gonna eat and then leave the rest in the fridge to bake tomorrow. All right, I preheated my oven to 350 degrees. We can now get the cookies out of the fridge. I think I refrigerated them for a little bit over an hour, or maybe just about an hour. I can't remember. I'm gonna put these in at 10 to 12 minutes, check around 11 minutes. I just recently bought this brown butter salt, so we're gonna give this a try. I'm gonna just let these sit for about 10 to 20 minutes until they've set a bit, and then we can dig in. Wow. Oh my god. I kid you not, that has to be one of the best times I've ever made it. I think this might be the best time I made these cookies, or maybe it's the new salt that I got. But this is actually so freaking good. I'm not lying when I tell you guys that I've baked cookies so many times. So many times I've baked cookies, tried so many recipes, and this is a recipe that has stuck. It is a recipe I give to people and they go, holy crap, that's a great cookie. What is the recipe? I would not lie to you guys when I tell you that these are amazing cookies. I mean, come on. It has to be like one of the best chocolate chip cookies I've had. The chewiness and the crispiness of the outside, and then the salt on top. I literally cannot tell you something better right now. Favorite dessert ever. This is my boyfriend saying that, how good are they?
10 out of 10. These things are amazing. Look at this. You got, we got
Oh my
crunchy,
God.
crunchy on the outside here, gooey in the middle. You can't go wrong.
You can't.
Is absolutely amazing.
It's just a classic
So good.
dessert.
So
Classic.
good.
You're so cute. You heard it, guys. The man himself. I'm not lying. That brown butter salt is amazing. That is all I have for today's chocolate chip cookie recipe video. I kid you not, best chocolate chip cookies ever. I might be a little bit biased, but I definitely recommend you guys try these cookies and let me know how you like them. Please let me know if you like this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed it because I had a lot of fun making it. And come back for many more cooking and baking videos in Emily's Kitchen. I love you guys all so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.